Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome to your Talking Town match preview. Looking ahead to the Hull fixture this weekend, this Saturday, 8 p.m. kickoff. Who put games at 8 p.m.? But there we go. We are live. Please do let us know what you're thinking, you're feeling. Leicester winning last night in emphatic fashion, 5-0 over Southampton. So if you're looking for a favour there, you didn't get it. Leeds beating Middlesbrough. Not quite as emphatic, but still in good style. If you're looking for a favour from Borough, didn't get it. So it's all down to Town from this point on, do you feel? Get your thoughts, get your feelings in. Epping Tutor says, you get the feeling there'll be no more gifts from outside. We'll have to do our own work from here on in. 2 weeks to refresh minds and bodies will hopefully help us. Mike Baker, Anthony Steele, good evening. Colin Plum, hope you're doing well, Colin. Hope things are well in your manner. Lots of you coming in. Let us know what you're thinking. And James says, what a nice surprise seeing you go live. I know we still do it, James, from time to time. It has been a while. We had a week off, feet up on the beach. Not quite a beach. Maybe down Phoenix Day, one of us. I don't know. But it was rather pleasant. Talking of rather pleasant and the chance to win cash prizes, as one of our viewers, Sean, has regularly done so this season on Match Bingo. You can, of course, play Match Bingo and win cash prizes. How you play is on your screen right now for those listening on our audio platforms. You go to your nearest Apple device or smartphone app store and you download the Match Bingo app onto your mobile phone or tablet, and then you can choose your matches that you should so wish to play. There's a free bingos. Bingo cards are £2, and every time you play, you support the crucial work of the East Anglian Air Ambulance. So you win cash prizes while also helping the East Anglian Air Ambulance win. Not win. They don't win it. They get funding from it. But yeah, over 18s, big gamble aware. Can you tell I'm on holiday? I'm out of practice. I'm all out of practice. Can you tell I've been on holiday? Woody Wood says, hello all. I'm fuming that both Leicester and Leeds playing 2 games before we kick a ball next. Stitch up by the EFL media. I'm not quite sure it's that level of conspiracy theory, Woody Wood, but you know, if that's what's floating your boat on a Wednesday night, then you keep drinking it. Right. Welcome in Richard Moss and Matthew Phillips, our FA man. Conspiracy theories, Matt, they don't exist.
I haven't been in Wembley in 10 years. Don't be tying me with that brush.
Oh, is that you subtly distant? Oh, I see. It's
a PGMO thing anyway, isn't it, in Premier League? It's all splintered these days. It's all splintered, isn't it?
Did we all enjoy the FA Cup semi-final at the weekend, boys? You know, dramatic, 3-0 down, 4-3 winners, Coventry in the final. Oh, wait, no.
Did you?
Oh, he weren't watching.
He's watching Fireman Sam, wasn't
he? Yeah.
I was watching. It's on my level, you know.
Your kids home.
Stick to what you know. No, they were all out. It's just me watching Fireman Sam, childhood hero. But where were you both on that? I know you were split in the WhatsApp group. Rich was all for laws of the game.
Yeah, but we need to rewind first if we want to go on about VAR. We want to go on about Nottingham Forest and the statement.
Well,
if we want to go there, what a shit show that is.
Communication statement.
Clattenburg doubling down on it, Matt, the next day.
Oh my God! When they press go on the tweet, yeah, they still call tweets on X. They press.
Yes, yeah.
Why do they not think there's going to be a barrage comes back of like?
But they wanted to release one at half time. Did you know that?
Did they?
Yeah, they wanted to put a statement out at half time, and the comms manager said, "No, I don't think we're going to do this. We'll wait till full time." That was
one of us wrote that statement as opposed to somebody who's
yourself.
we all know you would have written it, Matt. Like that was your level of statement. It's a thing. It's an outrage. They were 3 clear penalties
though. The first one not for me.
Oh, okay. So
doesn't VAR doesn't clear this up anyway? That's the idea of it, right? That's why Coventry were robbed, because you've robbed moments great moments in football history, Rich. Well, for millimeters.
I did say
you agree with. Because you're clipboard cruncher.
No. Listen. No, I have said on this platform, you shouldn't be using VAR. You should use it either everybody uses it in the competition or we don't use it at all. And Town, we could find this out if we get to the playoffs. We get to Wembley. VAR is in action, Matt, for that playoff final when we haven't used it for 48 games. So it could fall in your favour. Look, at the time when I see it, the first replay they showed, I thought he looks about half a yard offside. The thing I didn't spot at the time, and I've seen since, is when they've drawn the lines over Wan-Bissaka's foot.
Yep.
I mean,
oh my God.
What is it all about?
Imagine if that it's just imagine like the footballing landscape moving forward. United free out, it's free, goes free. Coventry get to the final on the back of that. It's just a moment gone.
Could have helped us as well, because their attention would have been on an FA Cup final as opposed to playing Ipswich on a Tuesday night.
I mean, they'd have got schlepped 10-0, wouldn't they, against Man City? But still, the point stands. You've been robbed of a moment for the sake of a millimetre or two. I don't get it.
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of those. I don't agree with it. Laws are laws, as Rich was saying at the weekend. But
yeah, but you've got to have some little. I mean, are we going to that? Like Trevor says there, a toenail. Is that what we really want to bring the game to? Atwell's going to the Euros, Matt. He's going to be one of our VAR officials at the Euros in the summer.
Oh my god!
Oh, quick point on that, right? So I know last summer we had the Talking Town night out. You two didn't attend.
But I was busy. I was in
Cos.
But now we've got another. We've got one. I've been in discussions today with Craig. I don't know if you two fancy it. You probably won't come, both of you, because I know what you two are like. Anyone in the chat wants to come. We're probably going to do England-Denmark at Box Park at Wembley. So if you fancy coming down to Box Park,
I know it's not going to set me back.
Hey,
you got to get there first. Lumpy
trains.
If they're running.
If anybody wants to come, get in contact. If you're on the Discord,
you're going to watch the game on a big screen.
It's the Denmark game in the week. Yeah, I think it's the second game. I think it's a 5 p.m. kickoff. Go down there.
Screen. Why don't you just do that on everyone's doorsteps in a pub or something?
Oh, you're just fucking boring.
Yeah, I've got a big screen without any cues. It's downstairs in the living room. I ain't got to go.
We'll take this offline, everybody.
That was a no then.
We'll take this offline.
Actually, it's not a no. I'm actually intrigued by it. I'm intrigued, but not saying yes. I'm not committing just yet. But we were going for VAR because obviously the very next night, Leeds played Middlesbrough. And there were some controversial goals, perhaps, in that fixture itself. If you were after Borough helping Town out, it didn't happen. They took the lead, and then Leeds roared
playing beach
back.
football, Matt. They were playing beach football. They were on the beach when they Middlesbrough. We'll fucking attack. We won't worry about defending.
This is what annoys me. Yeah, this gets my beef. Yeah, Borough. So they come to Portman Road and defend like prime Baresi AC Milan. You can't break them down. We'd still be there now trying to break them down. Leeds rock up. It's like the bleeding dog and duck. Absolute rubbish.
To be
I
fair,
can't believe what I was watching. That Latte Laugh's good though.
What a player he is.
How'd they get him? Get him down.
Header. What about that header? About 18-yard header, Gov. When did you last see a goal like? Was it?
Gov scored.
Did Van Persie score one in the World Cup for Holland? Was it, Matt?
Possibly.
I think he scored a diving header against.
Yes, Spain.
Yeah, but they walloped him, didn't they?
It was a diving header from the edge of the box, wasn't it?
That was it.
I remember the one you mean. Yeah, that was a great.
I know the one you mean.
What a goal!
Good one. Yeah. But then for how good of a season we've had an absolute tremendously brilliant season. We haven't quite got perhaps Leeds' flair in terms of attacking.
We ain't got no fucking money for starters. Let's how much was that Jorginho Rutter bet?
Only like 4
million euros.
What about Somerville?
I was going more for the how well we've done.
Dan James, how much they signed him from Man United for? 25, 30 mil? He's out for the season. Easily. He's done a rib, hasn't he? He's broke a rib.
Yeah, he did that in that game.
He's out. Yeah, piss off.
Go
on. Off you go.
Ganonto, where he's called, who's been linked 20 million away elsewhere. 2 yards offside. What was the linesman doing? Thinking about his dinner. I mean,
he wasn't.
He
was doing his shopping list. I was actually going for
Bamford mastered him, didn't he, Gov? Bamford done well there.
He did. I was actually going for that's how well we've done this season, but also giving a little bit of defence to Middlesbrough in the sense of you said dog and duck. They weren't. It was a very good attacking lineup.
It's funny, Matt. If you watch that game, when it went to 4-2 and Leeds had chances, they could have gone 5 and 6. They missed them.
Yeah.
As soon as Borough got that third goal, they absolutely shit themselves, didn't they?
Panic stations.
That's what it does. It's such a knife edge, and you'll see on Friday night. We'll probably talk about they're obviously got to go to Loftus Road, and that'll be another. But nothing's changed for Town. We ain't played for 2 weeks until Saturday. Nothing's changed. We still need to do our job.
You've got to give Leeds credit, haven't you? They've gone into a really difficult game, sort of like we said, a derby, bit of a rivalry there. Borough were desperate to beat them and bugger up their promotion plans, but they've gone there and scored 4 goals and had an attacking threat. And
who's that guy playing right back for Borough? Who gave away the penalty?
Oh my God!
Did he won a competition? Did he win a competition to play?
Like
penalty giveaway. The penalty giveaway. You've seen it on a Sunday morning, Gov. I mean, what was he doing? Fucking hell, come on.
He was toilet. He was toilet.
And well, they didn't have Luke Ayling, did they, Matt? Because obviously he couldn't play because.
Big miss. Matt Greenwood, yeah.
I think if we said before the game that Middlesbrough would score 3 goals, I think we'd have all probably thought that they'd
win the game. Yeah?
Probably
well,
take
we said that about ourselves, right? This is the issue we've got now with Leeds, isn't it? What did we do? We lost to them home and away. So we've gifted them 6 points, and he's biting us on the backside a little bit because we haven't got the buffer zone anymore.
Well, the goal difference could bite us. The 4-goal swing at Ellen Road. When you look at it, what is it? 10 goals, Gov? I think. Is it 10 goals better?
Yeah,
could come down to goal difference. I wouldn't be surprised if it.
Talking of goal difference, if you were all looking at Southampton to give you a helping hand yesterday,
don't get me started on this.
They came out
again. What did Rich say to Martin on that West Yorkshire show? You're the best club we've had down at Portman Road this season.
They did play well.
What were they doing last night? As soon as the game kicked off, the commentators are going, "This doesn't look like the Southampton we've seen."
Well, I think if you look at they probably took a bit of a hit, didn't they, for that game at Cardiff, Matt, when they absolutely but they battered them and they should have won and they didn't, and that's a bit of a sucker. And then obviously that's Stuart Armstrong, he's out for the season. They did. Flynn weren't playing last night. That's their 2 best midfielders gone, just like that.
Agreed. Still got good players though. Still got Adam Armstrong up top.
He's a cock anyway, Russell Martin. Matt is the only Town fan I know that likes Russell Martin. What an arrogant prick that man is. He's a fucking swat.
He makes me laugh.
Can't
He's got more
stand
salt
him.
than a McDonald's. That
it's very
I reckon Gov likes his hair though. Very suave, isn't he?
No, I can't appreciate it because I don't like him. So no.
But it's a weird one now because I know we're all looking ahead and we'll be looking ahead when they go to Ellen Road and saying they're not going to do us a favour. But do they really want to go into the playoffs, Matt?
Well, you got
on the back of but on the back, exactly. They've lost the last 2. They play Stoke Saturday. Then if you go to Leeds and say you get a bit of a whack in there and you've lost 3 out of 4, you need momentum. You don't want to go into the playoffs on a losing run.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I just think Russell Martin just makes me chuckle. Like they said to him, "What did you think of the defensive performance?" He just goes, "Pathetic." he talks like a fan, basically.
He was right there. It was rather pathetic.
But once you get to 3-0, 85th minute or whatever, doesn't matter if it's 4, 5, or 6, does it?
Anyway, who predicted 10 points?
I haven't got 10 points yet. They got 6. Here we go.
For 12, Matt.
The worry for Southampton is that Stephen Parry says they're on the beach. They can't be on the beach like Borough. They're not a team that's going to be on the beach for several weeks. Like that was a real flat, uninspiring performance. And if you're a Southampton fan, you're worried heading into the playoffs because you very much could be knocked out by a 5th place West Brom or even a 5th place Norwich.
I think another. Look, I know a lot of people don't rate the goalkeeper, but I think he's a big miss as well, Matt. That
Zunu.
He's out for 9 months. Injured in the warm up. What's he done? I think he done his Achilles against Preston in the warm up.
That's right.
Alex McCarthy. We had him on loan at Town.
I remember.
Average goalkeeper.
Has he played for England?
I don't think he played for England. I think he was in the squad. He was in squad. Yeah, he was in the squad.
He flirted with the squad. Yeah, didn't actually play.
Very average.
I'm not saying Pazuna was a great goalkeeper, but I think the way that they play with the ball at the back and playing out, I think he probably fitted that sort of Russell Martin, how they want to play. I don't think McCarthy, when he got the ball last night, his feet, he didn't look the greatest for me.
No, not at all. Well, I mean, look, if we do end up 3rd and play 6th, that could well be West Bromwich Albion, I think. I mean, the chances they missed at Leicester on Saturday was unbelievable to me.
Oh, that game itself was... Yeah, that was... It could have been 4-0 to West Brom by
Chowdhury said, Matt, I think they'd interviewed him, and he said the last time he cleared 3 off the line like that was in an under-9s game.
Under-9s? I bet he didn't have hair like that at 8 years old.
I mean, it was unbelievable, wasn't it?
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it was pathetic. I've told Chris Hall what we thought of it all. And
it was.
They played well, though, didn't they? They're the one team over 2 legs I probably wouldn't want to play, if I'm being honest, because I think West Brom are a very good side.
Well, if we do finish 3rd, it's going to be them or Norwich, ain't it? That's in all likelihood. It's going to
it looks like it. Although if you finish 3rd, maybe you talk about defeat. We'll get into the Hull game in a second. Maybe talking about defeat at Hull. It's still opens the door for Hull. Maybe I don't know.
George again, the small guy.
George says, "Country is what makes a man." He's a legend, that bloke, and the small guy is all right too. But Gov is the hero. George, you're welcome anytime, mate.
I'll
you're
see
welcome.
Oh,
hello, there it is. That was on the original.
I didn't see that.
Oh, you're welcome anytime. So how has all of that left Ipswich Town? I hear you say, not like you already know, but here we go. Here's your league table after the weekends and midweeks action. Leicester and Leeds, first and second, played 44, 94 and 90 respectively. Ipswich now in third. Game in hand on both of them, 89 points. One outside the top two, 5 away from Leicester. Leicester obviously can clinch promotion before. Is that right? Before
they play Monday night. They play Preston at Deep.
They play Monday night. Okie dokie.
We can get to 98 still if we win all 3. But I mean, that's going to be a stretch to win all 3, I think.
Well, this is it.
So I don't rule it out. But I mean, it's let's it's going to be a stretch, I think, to win all 3.
So what has changed, if anything, in your two minds? Looking at that league table,
I'll tell you what hasn't changed, Matt. I'm looking at that fucking table probably about 10 times in about an hour, thinking, if we do this, if we do that, if that team do this. I'm looking at the minute, it's Coventry 0, Hull 0. So hopefully that stays the same and that might knock both of them out. But
the big thing that's changed, of course, is that we now sit in third. It's always better. We say on the show all the time, don't we? It's better to have the points on the board than maybe the games in hand. But I don't know.
We're the hunter. Paul Lambert said, the hunter.
Well, you're effectively 2 points outside the playoffs, aren't you? Sorry, not outside the playoffs, outside the top 2, because goal difference is just so high that you're not going to get that back in the next 3 games, unless we go on an absolute amazing.
But that's where I'm saying it was that 4-0 defeat there, Matt, when you lost at Ellen Road. That's
absolutely.
That's probably what's.
Well, the points is the damage, really. I think. I mean, look, you've given them 6 points. I mean, take that away, they got 84. Say we'd won the game at Pullman Road, they'd be sitting on 87. We'd be 2 clear.
Yeah, but you could do that all season long, Matt. You put your 3 points at Cardiff there, you're in second. You put the win against Watford or Borough, you're in second. Like, you could do that all season long.
Are they bad results now?
1-0 Hull.
Oh, there you go. Are they bad results now, do you think? The 2 draws?
I think they were bad results at the time.
Did you?
Personally?
Yeah, but Leeds could say the same. Sunderland at home, draw. Blackburn at home, defeat. I mean, you're watching that game last night, Matt, and you're seeing Leicester absolutely steamroll Southampton, and I'm thinking, how the hell did this lot lose to bloody Millwall and Plymouth?
Back to back.
And nearly get beat by West Brom. This is the league we live in.
Yeah, but that for me was a key game, because for me that game was just get the win. It's a bit like Saturday when we go to Hull. Just get the win. We could go to Hull Saturday, Martin, and Hull could have 4 cleared off the line at the post. Does it really matter at the end of the day? It's that 3 points. You see, look, we've had bits of luck throughout the season. We can't sit here and bemoan. We've only had 3 penalties. I know that, and Leicester and Leeds have had more. But
20 plus between them, I think.
It is what it is. We can't look at stuff like that. We've done fantastic. Whatever happens, and I know we're disappointed, and we'll look at them games, and you'll look at the Cardiff game cover at the end of the season if we miss out by a point. But everyone can do that. Everyone could do that throughout the season and look at games where Leeds went to Rotherham on a Friday night on Sky. They battered them. They drew 1-1.
Yeah.
So stuff
that's we get a draw there as well,
stuff like that,
So what do you've notoriously said Town needs 3 wins from 3 all along, Rich, which is where you're still positioned. Matt, are you of the same thinking? Do you think 2 wins and a draw will get you over the line? What do you think will get Town over that line?
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting the 2 worst results to come for us, which was a Leeds win and Leicester win. I thought one of the 2 would drop points, which would then probably give us a little bit of a safety to fall back on in terms of having to keep picking up 3 points. But it might be now that we do. Look, the Leeds fans said to you, Rich, on the West Yorkshire show, they don't like going to Loftus Road and got very bad run there, or it's an unlucky ground for them or something. But
it's a game though that QPR need a result though, Matt, because if you look,
they can still go down.
You're watching the Sheffield Wednesday game on Sunday, and I know it don't have a lot of relevance to Town, but it does in a way, because it still leaves QPR still probably needing maybe a point.
Something.
Friday night under the lights, Loftus Road sold out, tight pitch.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's all made up for QPR.
Tight turnaround as well. Tight turnaround for Leeds. I know they chant about Sky TV, don't they? Every time you hear the Leeds fans on there, because they're on obviously more than anybody else. But you're playing Monday. You've got a tight turnaround, Matt, and then you've got to play on Friday again. So that's going to be tougher. Look, if Leeds win the 2 games, you just got to take your hat off to them and say fair play. And for me, then that turns up the dial on Town. It does, because then you're knowing. Look, 4 points, you're still in it, but then you're out of your hands and you're waiting for that last game of the season, and you're hoping that Southampton do you a favour. it's all about the game on Saturday for me at Hull. If we can win that, and it's your, because you look on social media at the minute, Martin, and a lot of Town fans are a little bit defeatist. If I'm being honest, you think, we're thinking, it might be the playoffs. Well, it might be the playoffs, but we've still got as good a chance as Leeds have.
Right. You're right, because every time you pick, in order to keep it in your own hands, you've got to keep winning, haven't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, I totally agree with you. I did say on that other Leeds pod I was on that I thought we would get to 94 and finish third, is what I thought.
Does that focus the mind a little bit though, Matt, going into these 3 games, knowing now, and I know we had them 2 games when we played after them against Watford and against Borough, and we didn't get the job done. But now, all that focus is, right, 3 wins.
I mean, it's been a mini break. Look, it couldn't have been better preparation. Look, we're not there day to day, so we don't know what's been going behind the scenes. Whether or not anyone's got injured in training, we don't know. But on the surface of things, you've had 2 weeks to prepare for a game to go back up into second in the Championship table, 2 games away from the Premier League, get players fit, get players rested, work on your tactics, work on patterns of play. That's pretty good. You know, we ain't turning around like bloody Leeds are, play Borough Monday and go to QPR Friday. I mean, that's pressure cooker. Even though it will be a pressure game, I feel like the build-up has been a luxury for us.
There you go, Leeds fan there. Still thinks we had a better chance of going up, even if we win against QPR.
See, they're like us though in the Evans.
Bit reverse psychology, isn't it?
You got a little misery to fall back on. Leeds are falling apart again, etc.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. How does it affect the thinking though, QPR being the QPR? Because obviously Woody mentioned it at the start of the show. They play before us. Does that affect the thinking in terms of the squad? Because obviously you're not going to be able to say you don't know what's going on. It's not like a 12:30 kickoff where you can even pretend to yourself.
Well, it's like Halaki came out today. I see he said he's been watching the games. These players are only human, Gov. Friday night they'll be up in Hull in the hotel, and they'll probably all have the game on. They'll all be watching it. I think they will.
They'll probably watch it as a group, I would imagine.
You probably all sit down there and have the dinner and then probably watch the game. Yeah.
I think it's perfect that the game is a Friday night, because it forces QPR's hand a bit. Because, like we say, they can still go down. The fact is, Birmingham Huddersfield is the following day.
Yeah, I think whoever loses that game, Birmingham Huddersfield is probably.
We could do if Huddersfield being down there at that point. Road, right?
Gone, innit?
Yeah.
But look, QPR, they've got a good record off this road. He's done really well. He's done really well to turn them around, and they probably will stay up. But does it help? Does it help Town playing after them? I don't really know. No, we won't find out how we are Saturday night. I'll be disappointed if first 20 minutes, Gov and Matt, we've got to come out absolutely flying. We haven't played for 2 weeks. They should have all that pent up energy and adrenaline. Get out there, get at them, get an early goal, settle everybody down.
It is set up for like the Barnsley game, isn't it? Which was an evening kickoff when we went to Peterborough. It is set up for that kind of performance, but now we're kind of in the Sheffield Wednesday position where you finish third and you're gutted on record points. Ordinarily, this would win. Our points like would ordinarily win you the title in previous years.
You'd be up, wouldn't you? In most years,
probably would.
Shows you how good we've been. Shows you how good the competition is around us. That's the only other thing.
Absolutely, it does, and that's a credit to all of the teams. But when you're a part of that race, it's not fun because you think, wow, previous years we ought to be up and we'd ought to be planning our Premier League.
The third place thing, right? We all didn't think Sheffield Wednesday would go up, did we? They'll be too gutted. They finished on record amount of points for third place. Still went up at Wembley. Whether that had a hangover effect going into the season,
but that was literally a one-off when they were like 4-0 down. I mean, let's hope if Town get to the playoffs, we don't get wallops in the first leg, and then that was just a mental. But then you don't know what happens, Matt, because the season's been so topsy-turvy, and there's great games, and it's even at both ends of the table. You look at Sheffield Wednesday; they've been in the bottom 3, I think, other than the first game of the season.
They've been in there. I watched it. It was a good game. It had 7,000 Sheffield Wednesday fans there. Stacked.
Liam Moore, Leeds fan, says, evening lads, Leeds fan here. 2-week break for you could be good for preparation and resting some knocks. It could cause anticipation of ball over in a bad way. Also, we hate going to QPR, who are a bogey team of ours.
Lad said, yeah.
Lee says 4 points in on a Saturday is tough in his opinion. 2 points is easier. Win 2 away games and we're up, says Lee.
Oh, you would expect, wouldn't you, if we win both these away games and then you'd have Huddersfield at home.
No,
but that would be the most
ever. It would be,
yeah.
You don't feel like, I don't know, that seems too fairy tale for us. I think it's a bit of a fairy tale. We're in the mix as it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And third on 89 points. Then to go to, Oh, it's just 2 away games.
Do you remember the game under Burley, Matt, when we played Millwall, last game of the season at home, and we that was the season the Brian got own goal and the pitch was really bad, and
McCarthy?
we played
McCarthy manager.
I'm not sure who was managing Millwall, but Millwall needed to win to stay up. Town needed to win to get in the playoffs, and it was a 0-0 draw. And that post come into effect again, Gov, at the North Stand, and Scully had a header.
There you go.
And then I proceeded to watch the Millwall fans rip a load of seats out.
I just say they loved a load of seats on.
Yeah, near where Gov, because they used to have them in that corner as well, didn't they?
That's right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Great times.
So that would be, I mean, if you think you're seeing some sort of, funny posts in regards to prices for tickets now about the Huddersfield game, you wait until if that game actually is the game where, as you've described it, you're to be talking eye-watering amounts being offered.
1-1. Coventry have equalised. There you
go. Online for those tickets. It's a sellout, Huddersfield, which of course it would be at most games this year, if not
sold
all.
Sold out the second day. You had to have been to 5 home games.
League ones as well.
Yeah, cup ones didn't count.
Harsh that.
No, I think that's a fair way to distribute the tickets. If you've got to put the. You have to when it gets to that. Yeah.
There's too much demand now.
Matt still wants it like Barrow and Oldham, where he doesn't have to queue for the loo. Can get coffee.
I want to get a drink when I want and go to the toilet when I want. I don't want to queue up for those things.
Yes.
I've even seen people, Gov, how people just on the Facebook forums, there's some people with some crazy ideas. People saying, "Oh, why can't they put the game on in the fan zone? Have it on a big screen in the fan zone."
That's quite a popular idea at these sort of times, though, isn't it? In the sense that people keep bringing that
I
up.
don't think the club want about another 6,000 people down there. You've got to cater for, you've got to get the steward in. And there's another thing, there'd be a delay, wouldn't there, Matt, on the screen?
9
Everyone
seconds.
would be cheering in the stadium 5 seconds before the people in the fan zone know that there's been a goal.
That type of thing works away from the stadium. So think Christchurch Park, think Ipswich Park. But even then, the roar could probably still be heard from Ipswich Park, which is just across the way behind the railway station. But those sort of things would work better elsewhere, still in the town, still bringing people together. But you're not going to get in the fan zone, are you? I mean, even
there'll be a lot of people. There'll be a lot of people down there. If Town couldn't get seal promotion against Huddersfield, there'll be a lot of people come down there without tickets and just want to be there for the experience before the game and in the pubs around the town. I mean, they'll be rammed, Gov. They're doing I see a couple of weeks ago there was a piece in the East Anglian about the local pubs and bars have been doing great trade. And they're going to, aren't they? Because everyone's benefiting. Not just the football club, it's all the local businesses as well. That's what you want.
That'd be tenfold if it gets to the Premier League.
Yeah.
Like lockdown on 4th of May, said Harps, Charlotte Roll style out all over Ipswich. To be fair, that is one of my overriding memories of the promotion win by the players. When we got back off the coaches from Wembley, people just, all the cars streaming around, people bibbing their horns. It was just that, and I was, 11, I think, 12, maybe 10, between that sort of age. That's one of my overriding memories. Like the town was still so absolutely.
Well, you think Exeter, it was buzzing, wasn't it? I mean, times that.
This is different level, though, isn't it?
By about
different
25.
Level,
if we got promotion.
But look at it. It felt like we've been promoted when we beat Southampton with the Sarmiento goal. I mean, people singing down on the concourses, going down the stairs outside the ground.
What we have to remember, I see a great post on Twitter today. If we fail, right?
It's not failure, though, is it?
No, but that final game against Huddersfield, whatever happens, end of the game, if you've got to go to the playoffs, then players deserve to be cheered off the pitch.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
For what they've achieved. And to go into the play, they don't need a flat crowd at the end there. People because they'll probably do a lap of appreciation when they at that game. They'll probably come around. They won't obviously do it, Matt, if we get promotion, because the pitch will be a sea of fans.
If allowed.
Wow.
They will be, won't they?
Look
at Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen. I didn't see any fans booing there, Matt, when that was absolute carnage. But they deserved people going to that game, if we fail, even if we do fail, to stay behind and see them and go around the pitch and then get behind them to give them that lift. Because whoever comes third, I said before, it's going to be a real difficult task in the playoffs. And you'll need, if it's us, if it's Leeds, whoever it is, you'll need them fans to get behind you and give you a lift, because I think it's going to be really hard.
It's going to be another roller coaster, isn't it? I mean, like you say, think back to when we went up under Burley in the playoffs, and look, we were 2 down inside 20 minutes, maybe less at Bolton. Had to rely on Marcus Stewart, the ledge, to to get us back in it.
I was at that game in the Reebok, and I'm thinking, here we fucking go again. I remember that game. I don't know if you both remember. Manuel Thetis played that game.
He did, yeah.
And he'd had a dribble across his 6-yard box. I think he got tackled by Idager Johnson. The ball just spun up, and he caught the ball, and you're thinking, fucking hell. I mean, that game, didn't we? Had Mowbray injured.
Yes.
Johnson injured.
Yeah.
You know, really early in them games, you think, look, the obviously the run that we'd had in the playoffs under Burley, we ain't got a really good record, had we then? And then you're thinking, you got 2 of your better players injured. I mean, you thought it was all conspiring to go against you, weren't it? And then, look, we know what happened there, and it's just like legend, isn't it? The 2 goals that Marcus scored.
We spoke to Royster about it, didn't we? I said to him, were you nervous going on from the bench, Martin? He goes, no, that is why you're a fan and I'm a player. Go back and watch that show, everyone, in the archives. Brilliant.
That was Manuel's last game for us, wasn't it?
Yeah, because he didn't play. Wayne Brown played in the second leg, Matt. I mean, he played. Thetis, what a great player. I love Thetis because he was always good for something to happen, a booking.
Well, look at the West Brom game.
An overhead kick laying on the floor. I was at that game. What a goal that was.
Yeah.
And then he gets sent off, didn't he?
Yeah, he got sent off in the end. He squared up to someone. There we go. A red card. Oh, well.
Manuel Thetis was a real...
I think you could have a competition if he was in the same side as Sam Morsey, Matt. Who would get more yellow cards?
I'd like to see a defence of Drissa Diallo, George Santos, and Thetis. You're back three.
George Santos.
Famous for his tackle for Sheffield United.
I see that the other day. I watched it. They said, George Santos coming on. He's got a bit of a... I think it was Andy Johnson got a broken cheekbone, didn't he, the last time they played against each other? About 2 minutes in. Wallop. Absolutely. Did they abandon that game? Did they get down to 7 players?
Yeah. Yeah. The Battle of Bramall Lane, it was called, wasn't it? Warnock was managing it. Sheffield United, wasn't he?
Gary Megson.
Gary Megson. Warnock and Megson hated each other. Like, proper hated each other. Yeah.
So, well, although Warnock and Pearson both want Town to do it, apparently. So,
he loves the underdog story, doesn't he, Warnock? Because he was all throughout his career. I mean, if you listen to him, it's a pity, Matt, that he didn't manage Town.
Where are we going there? Because this was one of my people I wanted in when I thought McKenna wasn't going to do it.
You also wanted Cowleys, who, by the way, are in a straight shootout for.
Wow, they're live on Sky, by the way. Saturday afternoon at 3.
They've drawn a lot of games there, haven't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they inherited a situation, but we'll see.
Oh, they inherited the situation.
They should stay.
So Crewe Alexandra need a point to get in the playoffs.
Oh my God.
Colchester need a point to stay up.
There you go. Another pressure. Pressure there going out bloody football league.
It's going to be one of them games, Gov, where one team's keeping the ball and then we'll let you have it. We'll play out a 0-0, boys.
Is that Saturday, 12:30?
Yes, Saturday. Sutton. I'm not sure who Sutton are playing.
Get Sutton back to the non-leagues.
Doncaster are a team to follow anyway.
You like them, don't you? 10 out of 10, was it? You said?
Yeah, they've gone
5th. They were 20th in the league.
Yeah, I remember.
Some Doncaster fan put a bet on
Grant
500 to 1 to reach the playoffs.
Really?
At that point.
What was the odds?
Some extortionate odds. I want to say 500 to 1, but I'm probably wrong. I saw it online today.
He's stuck a fiver on. Going to get 30 quid.
He's in line, like one of those wild bets that you make, like when Paul Lamptey shows a Town bottom of the table and you go, right, playoffs, here we come, and you stick it on. It's ridiculously high odds.
I don't think anybody bet on Town finishing the playoffs when Paul Lambert came in.
Oh my God. No.
Oh, I might have done.
My namesake's there to save us. Yeah.
Went terribly wrong. But wow. I mean, what a story they've got going on down at Doncaster. Grant McCann.
I mean, you look at what was the season when Dowie was at? Was it Palace?
Palace. They were January, I think.
Yeah.
Steve Cooper Forest.
Steve
Cooper. They came to our place under Dowie with Andy Johnson up front, and they ripped us apart. I remember that game. Johnson was everything he touched turned to gold.
Andy Johnson.
Back in that season.
I've got nightmares of him. I've got nightmares of him when he played for Birmingham, Matt, in that cup semi-final at St Andrews.
4-1.
Andy Johnson.
We missed a pen in the first leg, didn't we? I seem to recall. Marcus.
That's when they Marcus scored. We won 1-0.
Wasn't enough.
They burnt the pitch, didn't they? They burnt the pitch at St Andrews.
Yeah, it was awful.
It was a horrible pitch.
Yeah. Wasn't enough, was it, that one goal? Shame.
So, game Saturday, Hull, 8 p.m, live on Sky. We might be doing a watch along. If you're interested in a watch along, I said might.
Get on it. Come on, Gov.
Capital letters. But if you are interested in a watch along, do let us know. If you'd like to appear, we are welcoming it up. So if you are able to appear, do want to appear. Obviously, won't have all of you on if there's loads of you. but we are opening it up. Be a good banter field Saturday night, or it'll be the Coventry game. I'm not quite decided yet. I've been in bed at 8 every night this week until Wednesday night.
You're in bed by kickoff.
I know, that's the thing. I've been in full training.
But you're under a duvet, just your head.
Yeah. Yeah. Goldbridge-esque it won't be, but we'll try our best.
I'm not doing this again. I'm not doing this again.
Yeah.
Why do I do it to myself? I say it every time.
That chair, you'll be throwing that chair about. The washing will go everywhere.
I'll be showing me, was it a carrot cake he had where he showed it to the screen and it slid off the plate? Was that the one he had? Or some sort of cake where he showed it to the screen and it just sort of slides off the plate?
Slides off.
Yeah. Won't be doing any of that. Might be having a kebab on live on the air.
Okay.
You know?
We get a takeaway. You get a takeaway.
Just eat.
No, don't do just eat around here, mate. Just phone them up and say, Gov here.
Do you have delivery and all that round your neck?
Gov here.
They don't have that in Stowmarket, do they?
Do you remember that? What was it?
They have Uber.
Stowmarket Best Burger. That was
Best Burger.
Yeah,
Best Burger. Look, we do have just Uber Eats around here, but the kebab house particularly, I am on first name terms. I have got their own number, as in like of delivery driver.
Well, you got a special number. How do you angle this? How do you get a special number? What have you done?
You order an awful lot of kebab.
Yes.
First name terms. That's why he's there every bloody week.
And then when he turns up, he goes, "Do you sell budgies?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Here's my number." So there we go. But yes, I do.
Is that new for the kebab? Is it?
I hope not.
Budgie babs.
They've been tasting good recently. Maybe, I don't know. Anyway, Hull at the weekend, Saturday night, 8 p.m. Harp says members only chat if Leeds pipe up. Well, all are welcome. Depends what the result is on Friday night for Leeds. James says, watch along will be good. Just make sure Leeds fans don't take over the chat if we are losing. But we're not going to lose.
We've got on well with the Leeds fans, Rich, haven't we? We've been on their pods. Nice lads.
Yeah,
we like
them.
We like them.
Good lads. The Yorkshire show, they wanted Town to go up with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't paint a picture of fans from their social media, can you? Do you know what I mean? When you actually meet them and do,
everybody's got dicks on social media. Some people would say me.
Yeah, I was going to say you yourself this week have fallen foul.
Oh, come on! It's easy to just bloody. Sid Driver had put a great tweet out about he couldn't get tickets. No, he put some tickets because he got to go and buy gold. It was fucking brilliant. I was reading it thinking, this is great.
Yeah, for those that don't know, go and check out Cruncher's Twitter for his.
Sid Driver.
You got some good replies to that. To be fair.
Yeah, look, it's a bit tongue in cheek. I'm happy that Town are selling out every game home and away.
I don't know where were you when we were shit.
Well, that is correct because Gov does go on about people with paper tickets. He does.
Can't stand paper tickets.
There you go.
I'll just say it. I can't stand paper tickets. If you got one, don't flash it. Don't flash it near me.
You'd always tell back in the day when I went with my dad. My dad had called them the old scarf people because they got the old scarves out, Matt. They turn up in the stand. They've got fucking no idea where they're going. Looking at your ticket.
That still annoys me now. They don't know where they're going. Get out of the way. Come on.
You see, I don't like it because of environmental reasons. But
for what? Sorry.
Environmental reasons.
What's environmental reasons?
Save the trees. Save the trees. All right. Save the trees. Get your ticket on your app. Get it digital. Get it digital.
Well, it's only recently that you've been able to show your phone, right? Going through the turnstile.
That's all I'm saying.
What, in that cobbled stand? Don't talk to me about going in that cobbled stand.
We couldn't even get in the bloody stand.
The Barker we had in that stand. Jesus Christ. Then we watched someone's arse for about 40 minutes fucking walking past. Anyway, 2-1 Hull at half time, by the way.
If you sit in the aisle seat, what do you expect, really?
George says, great view.
Yeah. I saw Matt last time go at the train station. He just walked past me. I said hello. Small guy. He looked and walked on. Which I know is not true.
If you call me the small guy, I'm probably going to blank you. But
small guy.
Hello to people.
Oh, small guy.
This is the Borough game, George.
Yeah, must have been.
Game.
Do you think we can get that up and running? People calling you the small guy at football.
Easy.
We can do that.
You can't do that, can you? It'd be sizism. So it's not allowed in this day and age.
You're recognised quite a lot by turnstile operators, aren't you?
Yeah. They clearly watch Talking Town, the turnstile crew.
Yeah, good stuff.
Good lads. I still have to show me ticket though. You'd think the face would be enough, but I still have to shove it and go through.
Unbelievable, you. Unbelievable. I show my phone and the guy on the gate said he deleted my ticket, says Rob Smith. All right, maybe to stick with paper tickets.
Where you press the bin thing.
Oops.
I'll tell you.
Undo.
Under McCarthy, you'd have patted him on the back and said, "Cheers, mate."
I'll go home. I'll just go home.
I'll go back to the car park.
Oh, the amount of McCarthy games I turned up half cut just so football was half decent. Too many, but you don't need it these days. So Hull at the weekend, we need 3 points. I think we'll probably all agree. We'll probably feel that it's about as close to a must-win game as you're going to get, if not a must-win game. I always hesitate to say that it's a must-win game, but it is a must-win game.
It feels like a must-win game.
It depends, doesn't it, on Friday night? If QPR got a result there, say it was a draw, your gap's 2 points.
3 points with goal difference, though, Rich.
Yeah, but 2 points if you draw and then you beat Coventry.
Keep winning in your own hands, doesn't it?
Look. I think it's vital. I think for whatever happens at Leeds, I think if we can go to Hull and get that win, it obviously gives you the momentum, Gov, doesn't it? If you win that game, because if you don't and you're chasing, and then you might win that game against Coventry, and then you might be behind them on goal difference. So as long as it stays in our hands, I've said all along, you just want it to be in your hands, Matt. When we get to Portman Road on the 4th against Huddersfield, if it's up to us and then we don't get a result, we can only blame ourselves, But if we've been at Portman Road, I've been there before, like under Burley when we played Walsall, when Johnson scored that goal. And then there was just...
he didn't he? He get that day.
He got 2. And then I think there was a season when Bradford got promoted under Paul Gill. And I remember they were playing Wolves. Wolves got 1-0 up. And then there was a rumour going around the ground that they'd scored another goal. And I think they were just showing the replay on the screens under them boxes in the Cobbold. So you're getting misinformation. So we don't want to get to that stage where you...
Different times, though, wasn't it? Yeah. That was different times then. That was 3-2, wasn't it, to Bradford that day against Wolves?
3-2, yeah.
And in Man City were at Blackburn, weren't they, when we
were
won
4-0. 4-1, 4-0.
They went one down. They went one down.
Didn't they send a card to Ipswich, Bradford, that year, saying we'll see you when we get there? Or we'll see you when you get there? I'm sure they did. I'm sure it was on Lookies that they sent a note or a card or something. But it was us and them, wasn't it? Goal difference, right?
Yeah.
Remembering it right? Yeah.
But we've had several seasons where we've come third, haven't we? Under Burley, under Royal. And then we obviously lost out to West Ham in the playoffs.
But this team's done better than all of them. That's why I don't understand the nervousness particularly. I mean...
Because Norwich are waiting and people are getting a little bit...
I don't get it. I mean, have a bit more faith in the players. I mean, they were League One last season. They sit on 89 points with 3 games left. Phenomenal.
Yeah, but for many fans, because you've not gotten that all-important positive result against Norwich yet this season, that the season's...
Real Madrid.
So you keep saying mine. Ain't Barcelona.
I know. I'm telling you what we've heard on the show.
That's shellacking. We'll just save that shellacking, Matt. Till the...
Should have. Well, exactly.
I'm up for
we
that.
gave it to Sheffield Wednesday in the end, but it should have been in December against them. Look,
it should have been in December against them.
Should have been.
Michael Brown asked the question before it comes to Hull and how we beat them, etc. Does the prospect of Premier League football scare Ipswich Town? The last two seasons, Ipswich have enjoyed great success, but the Premier League is a different beast where promoted teams struggle bad.
Be careful. This is where you be careful what you wish for. Because I've said on this show loads of times, my mate Nick's a Burnley fan, loved the Championship last season. They absolutely cream everybody, 100+ points. He hates the Premier League. He says miserable. Getting
don't
done
hate the
like
finances. Don't hate the finances, though, do you?
Cry me a river.
Yeah, but the finances is good, but as a spectacle that you're going. Look, people get the arseache. We didn't beat Watford and Borough at Portman Road. Well, they're going to be like me get schlepped by Forest or wherever it might be.
But then again, if you're sitting top of the Premier, if you're sitting second in the Premier League table to Arsenal by this point of the season, you go and face Brighton and Brentford, and you're going to be upset you don't get a result.
We've upset the odds before. We finished 5th in the Premier League. We've done it before.
That ain't happening.
It's a bit of a different beast these days. But look, Luton have been holding their own. And look, Brighton and Brentford have stayed up comfortably. So it can be, and Wolves, it can be done, but it's very difficult. Would you rather have seen this has been the best season for God knows how many years? Probably since the Burley finishing 5th in the Premier League season. So 20+ years. You know, there was a thing on Sky, wasn't there? Like they show you the little trailers of the teams and how they've done. And one of the commentators goes, "Why does any of these clubs want to leave the Championship? And it's this entertaining." And you know, it's been a great season, regardless of what happens. We've been entertained. We've had great shows. We've had great comments on. It's been brilliant. I do feel like the landscape in the Premier League would be much different.
You know what we'll say, Gov? You know what we'll say if we fail? We'll roll out your favourite phrase. We go again.
Regardless of where you're in the Premier, regardless if we're in the Premier League or the Championship, Rich, we'll all be going anyway. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, look,
we're still with next season, regardless of what division.
Yeah, what happens? We'll still be there. I can see it from both sides. We all want to get to the Premier League because you want to get there with the riches. But I do agree with you, Matt. When the novelty soon will wear off if you've got slapped 5-0 a few times. Look at Sheffield United. I mean, how many times have they got walloped at home this season? So we all want to get there, but we know how difficult it is.
Won't wear off me.
If we get there.
I want to see the Erling Haalands of this world.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I've had enough looking at, I don't know, the Jake Tongs or Michael Browns, to borrow that name, we just put the question of this world. You know,
but the Championship's a better league than when we were in it before. The level of that has gone up, I think. But then you've only got the level gone up because the teams come down with the parachute payment. So, and this is where how we're fighting, Gov, amongst these three teams. And like we spoke earlier there, we're only talking about the riches that Leeds have got, Matt. You look at their bench. We've got Caden Jackson. All due respect to him, you've got people like Caden Jackson on the bench and Lewis Travis and Cameron Humphreys. Leeds have got Dan James and bloody Kamara and bloody Joel Pirro, who they signed for how much? How much they signed him?
A lot of money.
And they're moaning about him. Oh, he's not. I was watching Connors on the One Leeds channel. He was saying, he's not very good. I'm thinking, what? You signed him for fucking 12 million. He's got quite a lot of goals. I mean, this is the levels that you're on about, you know. And it's
But look at the games this year against Leeds at home. We didn't get a positive result, but it was a really enjoyable game because of the quality on the field. The Southampton game, we got the right result, but the quality of the game was also something you really enjoyed it as a football fan. That's what's been missing from Portman Road, the quality. And when you go to the Premier League, I mean, maybe in in Burnley and the Blades' case, a bit different. They've been there more recently. Been there a lot more recently.
Haven't they?
Getting slapped again after only getting slapped 2 years before. That doesn't feel good. But
kept Burnley in the Premier League for a considerable amount of time, didn't they? I mean, they were used to being a bit of the clubs we've just talked about, you know, Wolves, Brighton, Brentford. They were used to being in that mix, and then of course it falls apart when the manager goes, you know.
But we've not been there such a long time.
No, 20 years.
Even if you're getting beat 4-0 one week, 3-1 then following, it's still going to be seeing quality players in quality teams, a worldwide stage. You can see.
Don't you want to see Town winning games though? That's, you know.
Well, you can do both. Luton have proved that they've won. They've won.
And they've not really bought a lot of new players.
Gov would happily be like Watford. Gov would happily be like Watford. He said this before, didn't he? He'd love to be a yo-yo team, go through managers. Anyway, Tom Cleverley, good luck. He's the new manager. How long's he lasting? How long's he going to last? October.
I reckon he won't be there by the end of July.
It was interesting. I was reading what he said today about his career at Man United, Matt, and he basically said that he didn't do good enough. You know, he didn't say he wasted his career, but look, all the best to him. You know, look, he's done quite well to start with there, but I think
wouldn't want it.
He had a bit of a kind of like a treading water career, really, wasn't it? You got your feet under the table at Man United, but look, he became a bit of a Watford legend, didn't he? Was he like 300 appearances there?
He's played a fair bit for them.
Yeah.
I'd happily take 5 years of yo-yoing. Do you know what I mean? Like, great. Yeah, you come down.
But sooner or later, you have to find your feet in the Premier League because, look, Norwich. We can all look at Norwich. Sooner or later, like you go up, you go down, you go up, you go down. I wouldn't want. Would you want to be like a Norwich and go up and not even put up a fight? They were pathetic.
Yeah, they were
pathetic in the Premier League that time. Yeah. I think it was the COVID season, Matt. And they went about 12 or 13 games and they lost. Did they lose a lot of them? They were shit. I mean, at least if we go up, and I think if we do go up under McKenna, we'll have a go. We'll have a go, and it might be our downfall, Gov, in a lot of games, you know, because we'll have to be a lot smarter at the back. You know, we'd have to improve all over the pitch. But at least we'll have a go. We ain't going to go up there and wave the white flag and just like...
You have a go. Yeah, have a go, yeah. The money's banked, isn't it? It's like one of them game shows. Like bullseye.
Weakest link, mate.
The money's safe. The money's yours. Are you going to gamble?
It's going to be if we get promoted and we do like some transfer shows in the summer, who do we want? We're going to be looking at a totally different level than if we stay down and we'll...
Yeah.
Tell him who you asked about the other week. Come on. This is so good. Who did you ask me and Matt, would you take if we got promoted?
You're going to lead. Everyone can laugh. You can laugh. You need to sprinkle a bit of stardust on your team, right? Luton, Ross Bartley, what was he doing? Not a fucking lot. Was he out in Lyon, Matt, or Nice playing out in France?
Yeah.
Didn't do a lot.
Yeah.
For me, this player
It comes.
Come through as a youngster, you know. What does Micah Richards say? What's his phrase? Burst onto the scene, Gov.
I burst onto the scene.
Burst onto the scene from MK Dons. 5 million to Spurs. I see him at Wembley scoring on his debut against France. What a great goal. Hugo Lloris right in the top bins. Dele Alli, right, is 26 or 27. And he's still, I personally think, that he was on Sky the other night doing the Everton game, and he said he's aiming for the next World Cup.
Yeah.
So I know it's a risk. I get all that, and he's got some baggage that comes with him. But I think there you go, Steve Barry. Someone. Oh look, Woody Wood wouldn't. But
the equaliser.
But he's got talent. He's not a rubbish player.
Yes,
Do not say he's a rubbish player.
He's talented, but does he fit in with the McKenna idea of the group and the spirit of the team and all that kind of thing?
But you're going to have to get. I'm not saying it's going to be Dele Alli, but you're going to have to get some players, Matt, who've got experience.
Yeah, I do
experience
agree.
Who's played in the Premier League.
Yeah. It was a Monday morning, and I thought I'd banged my head. I was like, "What am I reading?"
Well, I've got a great
hallucinating off that sleuth.
There's a player who might come up against on Saturday for Hull, who I'd take, whatever league we're in. Liam Delap.
Oh, Delap.
Mike D, big fan of him. Good player. He's on loan from Man City.
That centre half from Watford, is it Pollock?
Yeah, I know the one you mean. Was he number 5?
Yeah, I thought he was really good.
Look, we've been linked to Harwood Bellis. I said the other day on this show, I'd take, if you got back to the Premier League, Matt, I'd take Flynn Downs. 100%.
Oh, 100%.
I know the fisherman's just fallen off his falling into the river on the bank, isn't he? Because he's like the biggest Flynn Downs hater out there.
2 players I would recognise for Hull, Philogene and Carvalho, have got the goals this evening.
They've got some quality in their team. When you look at they've probably, when you look at the business they've done in January, Matt, they have underachieved.
They spent some.
They're just not quality rich.
Where is Jesse now? Is he playing out in Korea or somewhere?
Yeah, well,
I think so. Yeah,
I think he is out in Korea. Yeah.
Well, we've said before, if McKenna was to go, I think Liam Rosini would be on shopping list. I think he's a good young manager. Very good pundit. I think he's a good young manager.
So
not the Cowleys.
We'll see how they do with Colchester first.
Non-league manager Cowleys by next week. Right. So Hull 7th currently, 66 points. They are. Is it still 1-1?
2-1.
2-1.
Thank you very much.
They are probably do that with being a draw, couldn't we? If we're being honest tonight.
Yeah.
How did Town go about beating Hull the weekend for you? Who starts? Who doesn't? Who's going to be key? Lay it on the line for us, Rich. As you're looking at me first.
Delap's only got 7 goals, by the way.
He's been injured. 11. He's been injured. He's just come back from injury, Matt. I think he might be on the bench.
He's a good player. Let
me have a look tonight. Is he on the bench?
He's playing.
Oh, there you go, Liam Delap. Philogene. I like that Greaves, the captain. Yeah. I like him. He's a good. But Carvalho, look, they spent some dough here.
But we did swat them at Pullman Road. We beat them quite easily.
Is this the football looking through the Argos catalogue?
Billy Sharp. Billy Sharp on the bench for this lot, Gov.
We're like, Philogene, yes. Oh, they've got a Liam Delap over there. Oh, I've always wanted one of those.
They signed him for 5 million, didn't they, Philogene, from Villa in the summer?
Yeah. The Argos catalogue. Do we put in our order and we go and stand at a counter?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Premier League.
Just bringing it down. Do you want to go around the back and collect it?
Yeah. Bring your car around. Got a Philogene for it.
I think, obviously, look, Alagi starts in goal. Back 4, I probably think's the same, Matt, as the Borough game. Clark's not going to play. You'll play.
Transabi?
Axel. Yeah, Axel plays 100% for me, and then you play Wolfie.
Wolfie,
yeah, he played Wolfie, Burgess, Leif Davis.
Of course, yes. Midfield 2 of
Morsey and Luongo.
It's got to be.
Now, so, who goes behind the striker, which I imagine is Kiefer Moore?
Well, it's got to be Chaplin, surely.
He probably benefit, Matt, I think, Kiefer, from this break. Because I think he was looking a bit... He was
struggling, wasn't he? He struggled.
He'd had the injury.
Struggled since the Wales game.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he had. He's not even scored since then, has he? I don't think.
No, I don't think he has. When was his last goal? Was it Rotherham home?
Is it a shot since then?
Yeah.
Preston? Yeah, he's...
Kiefer Moore's last goal. Was it Cardiff? The Cardiff game?
Yeah, he scored at Cardiff. Yeah, that was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When was
great finish, wasn't
it? I don't think they've had many opportunities to have an opportunity on target since then. To be fair,
he had a good chance to get with the Watford one, didn't he? The header down your end when you were eating your, your pork or your steak or whatever you're having.
Beef.
Yeah, Kiefer plays. Chaplin's got. Connor's struggled. Look, this is a game, Matt, where your big players have got to step up. You know, your Chaplins, your Moores. You've signed Kiefer Moore for, obviously, look, he's got 6 goals, but like you say, he hasn't scored lately. You need him to step up now in these final 3 games. Get us over the line. Even a Broadhead.
Chaplin stood up against Blackburn. Started and finished the move, didn't he?
But I think
I totally agree with you. Yeah. We need promotion-winning performances from the.
I think, like I said earlier about Leicester, it don't really matter how they played and they won. And I think we'd all be happy if we sat here on Sunday when we're discussing the game, we ain't played that well and we've won. But I think the level of performance needs to go up. You know, from the away games, Cardiff, Blackburn, we didn't play that well. Norwich, we didn't play that well.
True.
I don't think we get away with another performance like that away from home, guys. If we play like that on Saturday, I think we lose the game. I don't think we'll go, because I think Hull are a good side and they've got players. You obviously went through the team there, Matt. They've got players that can hurt us. So with these 2 weeks, hopefully you've rested up well. You've done some work on the training ground. Look, Kieran will keep them on the level, you know, but like I said earlier, the first 20 minutes should be absolutely chomping at the bit to get out there.
I agree. I'm going back through our away performances here. Even if you go back to the 2nd of March against Plymouth, we struggled, really. It was a fluke goal, wasn't it? The deflection.
I thought it was a good performance there. I thought we'd done the hard work in the first half. Yeah, but I think we'd done the job and we quietened the crowd down.
Swansea was a good performance. That's going back to mid-February now. 17th of February, that was.
But there's a few away games when we've won 1-0, haven't we? We've won, 5 or 6, Gov, I think, away on the road?
Yep.
We'd take another 1-0 win. 100%. On Saturday night.
The away form's been phenomenal. Let's not forget that. It's been phenomenal. Was it 11, 12 wins?
We've got 11 wins. But I'm just saying the performance level is, I think it's dropped
great. You know, totally
in them last few games. And I think now, especially the opposition you're playing, because you look at Coventry, Matt, and you look at, I know you look at the game against Man United. Look at the players they've got. They've got some really good players, haven't they? I mean,
they've spent some wedges.
Everyone was writing off Ellis Sims. Oh, he's shit. Why was that? Oh, glad we didn't sign him. Look at him now.
I always know he's played well, because those sort of whispers stop for a week, and then it's like, oh, he must have played well this week.
Harry's right though. Steve's right though, Matt. There, intensity. We've got.
There was no intensity. There was no intensity at Carrow Road other than in the crowd. There was no intensity in our performance.
We did look tired at times, didn't we? And also at times over the last 2 home games.
Blackburn as well. I mean, look, Blackburn, we seemed quite content to sit back and soak it up, didn't we? Try and get that counter-attack goal, but you have to take the lead for that.
You made a really good point about looking tired, Gov, and I think in games before, like we've discussed, haven't we? We've been really strong off the bench. But I think that we've looked tired, and even like going into them last 20 minutes when we've come on strong in games before, like your Southamptons, your Bristol Cities, we didn't even look. We didn't really look like that against Watford and Borough, did we? In them last 15, 20 minutes, and you think we're going at it, we're going to get a goal, and we didn't really look like that, and we probably could have lost. We could have definitely lost the Borough game, for them 2 saves.
Hull's home form. Definitely. I mean, they sit 12th in the table for home form. 1-8 draw and 8 lost 6. And of course, we sit in, what is it, second? Are we for? Yeah, second. 1-11, drawn 5 and lost 5 away from home. 38 points. I mean, phenomenal away from home. I feel like hopefully we've got a phenomenal performance in us on Saturday. I mean, it's been a phenomenal season. How many more times can I say phenomenal?
So just to clarify, you're going Broadhead left, Hudson right?
Yeah, I think so.
Do we feel like Burns might be on the bench for this?
Well, that's to ask. A big part of the whole game at home was Wes Burns.
Yeah.
Is he going to feature at all? Do we feel, fellas?
Been training, both of them.
He's been on the grass.
So him and George Hurst have been on the grass.
I'll expect both of them on the bench.
Well, that's a big boost.
I think you're probably going to get more out of Wes, because obviously he's probably got that fitness, because he's been out since Sheffield Wednesday, whereas Hurst has not played, Matt, since Boxing Day. So he's not going to have that fitness level that Burns will have. You might get 20 minutes out of him, possibly, if you need him towards the end of a game.
But then the question, is in that 20 minutes when you turn to one man, who are you turning to now? Then are you looking at Ali or are you looking at?
Yeah, but you've got another weapon now, and this is what you need. And I totally agree with Mike there. Chaplin and Broadhead need to get involved because they are big players for Town. You know, these are the games when last season away at you were there at Peterborough, Gov.
I was.
Broadhead, the ball right through in front of your eyes, slipped it through to Chaplin, bang in the net. It's what we need Saturday. You know, these players have got to stand up now. Look, they're heroes already, guys. But I mean, if a Connor Chaplin scores a goal, a Broadhead gets a goal, Matt, at Coventry, and we win these 2 games, I mean, you'll remember it forever. We remember George Hurst forever, Gov. That goal, that night, we keep going on about it, but we'll remember that forever. If one of these players does something like this in one of these games that gets us over the line, they'll be remembered forever for Town.
Yeah. But it is shaping up to be a Peterborough, Barnsley, Exeter week.
Yeah. Well, we hope so. We'd love similar results, wouldn't we?
It looks, you know, like that symmetry almost, you know, if you believe in that.
2 3-0 wins and the 6-0 win at home. I'd take 3-1. I'd take 3-1 wins right now if you give it to me.
Wouldn't be that easy, but it's looking like the games of magnitude they can take on that flavour. You know, and that was a hell of a week for our football club. Peterborough, Barnsley. It's
replicated at a higher level. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. And no one gave Town credit or a chance to do what they did.
Is this what they draw on? Is this what they draw on, Gov, as players? You know, go back to their memories from last season.
You've done it already. I think there's a blueprint of success there already for them to, as a group.
I think you got to.
I think it helps.
I think you draw upon those, and you draw upon your own collective group mentality that you. And they're not idiots. They're not silly. You know, they're football men. They know this is a season like no other. They know what they've done in terms of to take a club that was last year Peterborough, Barnsley, Exeter was the pinnacle to what they are now. And I don't think they'll view it anyway, shape or form as
you're obviously representing Ipswich. You're obviously representing Ipswich, but you've got personal gain on your own career. I mean, how many more times would Connor Chaplin, for example, have a shot at the Premier League? You just don't know, do you? You've got to take, you know, football's a, 1 minute you're up there, the next minute you're down. An injury could stop you from playing for 9 months, whatever. You have to take the opportunity when you get it. And this group of players have created their own opportunity to get promoted. Let's hope it's harder.
It'll be harder next season, Matt, to replicate if you don't go up this season. If you don't go up this season, you're not so much the underdogs. People know more about you. I think if you're, personally, I think a lot of people watching this game and watching Town these remaining 3 games, if you're a neutral like your Warnocks, I think a lot of people, the neutral fans, want Town to get promoted because they've seen like your Leeds, your Leicesters, your Southampton, Gov. It gets a bit boring when you've got the same teams going up and down. You know, you want somebody different. You want someone fresh in there. Why can't it be us?
Well, look,
absolutely.
Look at the table last season. Middlesbrough, Coventry, Sunderland all made the playoffs. All of them floating around. Well, Coventry just outside the mid-table, but they've not made it this season. So there's no guarantee that you have a good season now and then next season it can be replicated. Football changes too quickly, doesn't it?
And even if you're a player that's on the periphery and you feel that your future's not going to be here next year, this is an absolutely hell of an opportunity for not only for the shop window, but to never have to buy a meal or a drink in Ipswich again. A big club. You'll be welcome back for however long you live. By thousands of fans, have a great.
Who knows if a Caden Jackson or someone steps off the bench in one of these games and gets a vital goal? I know
that'd be the fairy tale. Yeah,
it does happen.
Yeah, but exactly. But it's still a club that, you know, 30 years time, you'll be telling your great grandkids, your grandkids, your children, when they go, "Who's that, Dad?" Well, that's the fella that scored the goal that set us on the next part of the journey.
Because obviously these players, Matt, that they know. A lot of them know that if Town get promoted to the Premier League, they won't be on the journey. They'll know that themselves, won't they? There'll be certain players thinking, I'll probably
last season.
yeah. But as a group,
yeah.
If they achieve something, like you said, Gov, that's on your CV. That's something you've achieved in your career. You know, you might have played a bit part, like a George Edmondson. What's he played? 10, 12 games? But he still played a vital part in that.
Richard Naylor.
There you go.
If you was a Hollywood script writer, right, who would you choose to score the winning goal to take you to the Premier League? It'd have to be Caden, wouldn't it? The last remaining guy along with Janoy from the Hurst era that got us relegated. You know what I mean?
That'd be. I mean, everyone remembers that day at Wembley. I mean,
he'd had a phenomenal performance, wasn't it? I mean, it just came out of nowhere, didn't it?
He'd had obviously a bit part player in his town, you know, and played a few games here and there, and he come on that. I mean, we were all there at Wembley that day.
Talk about people stepping up, having, you know, at the heart of a lion. He showed it that day, didn't he? Who would have thought he would be the one that would step up off the bench when Johnson goes off and be the main man? That's what we need to see in these 3 games. That kind of attitude, mindset, performance. That's what we need to see.
But that's what pressure brings out in people, isn't it? Some people that you fully expect, some people you expect to wilt, rise. Some you expect to rise, wilt, and that's the brilliant thing about sport is as a whole. That once those lights are on, once the bright lights are on, and the moment needs somebody to be the man. Who steps forward?
I don't think no one shrinks. I don't think no one shrinks in this team. I don't.
Did say they did? Well, don't.
Yeah, no. But I personally don't think there'll be anyone who shrinks because they still be sitting at home, absolutely relishing this opportunity, man. Yeah, you know, you might not have another opportunity to a shot at the Premier League. You know, you're so close. But if it has to be the playoffs, we are more than capable of winning games in the playoffs to get there.
Stop panicking.
But I think people will panic if you think, oh shit, we've missed out. And I do think a little bit psychologically, but that's where I think as fans we can come in and help and try and lift the players. Then because
we were crying out for moments like this over the Evans era, weren't we? The McCarthy ball, all that kind of stuff. I told you before, I used to sit there thinking, I wish Joe Roll's still in charge. 6-4 against Crewe. We've had that kind of season. My dream came true. We've had it. Just enjoy it. If it's playoffs, it's playoffs. As you say, we're more than capable of winning the playoffs.
Absolutely, and that's what makes this group such a special group. Is that you know that when the lights come on, this group are at their best, and that there can be so many different people that step forward to take the mantra. Whereas some teams, you look around, and you think, who's going to step forward? It's a who will, because you know somebody will with this group.
Ross Martin said it last night, though, in his interview. He said 3-0, 2-0, 3-0, whatever it was. He said players went into self-preservation mode. So they weren't thinking about the club. It was like just looking out for themselves. And he noticed that was a team that still could get promoted top 2 before kickoff.
There you go.
Man, doesn't it?
Right, I need a score prediction as we wrap up. Our penultimate preview show. Well, I suppose next week's our penultimate one. We'll probably do 2 next week. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, score prediction while Rich lets the dog out. Who let the dogs out?
Thank you. Score. Look, we're going to go there and win, everybody. Everyone stop panicking. The team's been phenomenal. And, everyone sings, we've got Super Kieran McKenna, he knows exactly what we need. And I've said it before, innit? Trust in him to do the business. And he lost 6 games all season. Second in the away table. I think we'll go there. I think it'll be nerve-wracking, don't get me wrong. But,
2-2 Coventry.
There you go.
2-2 Coventry Hull.
I'm going to predict we win 2-1 now. 2-1.
And you, sir?
I've got to be positive. I've got to follow Matt. Look, I am. I'm nervous. I'll admit I'm nervous, and I think there'll be a lot of Town fans nervous. But I think we've got to leave that nervous energy at the turnstiles when we go in. If you go into the game and you just got to back them for the whole 90 minutes and be that 12th man. You know what? 2,500. I think we've got going there. We can make a difference. We can make a difference. You think, we're only fans, but you can if you can drag them through and get behind them, because there'll be some hairy moments probably in that game, because that's how we play, isn't it? Let's say we have no Halaki moments, Matt, at Blackburn. I could do without changing my pants. But I think, I'll go with you. I think the game's Saturday. I think the first goal is absolutely crucial. And I know we've got a good record of coming from behind, but we don't need to keep doing it, especially now. I think we go there. I think we can score early. I think we keep a clean sheet. I'm going to go 2-0 Town.
Love it.
2-0 Town. All right. Don't forget, either way, we are part of Stomach Osteopaths, because I did. Hence why we're doing it now. 01449 613 633. Call Freddie. Tell him the governor sent you for all your osteopath and physiotherapy needs at Stonemarket Osteopaths. 01449 613 633. I go there myself. Can't speak highly enough. But there we go. We have had some decent results. Go on.
But does that, right, quickly, before we go, whole Coventry, right, 2-2, say that ends a draw, that basically knocks both of them teams out.
Oh, good.
So they can only finish on 75, both of them with 2 wins. 3 wins, Coventry.
They're still competitive against us, though.
Yeah, but a little bit, Matt. Does that make it a little bit easier for us?
No.
No, I don't.
You don't think?
Won't it be Hull's last home game of the season?
Yeah, probably will.
They want to finish on a high naturally, and I think it's a bit easier to do when you've just missed out on the playoffs, as opposed to, let's say, Watford, who are sitting 14th, 51 points, or whatever it is. So they'll want to finish on that. It doesn't make it as easier. I see what you're saying.
They go Plymouth away on the last day. Yeah.
That can, like, we have Plymouth, for example, who are sitting. Where are they sitting? They'll need to win that last home game of the season.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah.
Cardiff in 11th, can't go up, can't go down. The old Ipswich Town position.
We loved that, didn't we? Sitting in the middle of the league. And how many times did we go to games and this time of the season, you just turning up?
We were the team turning up, trying to spoil the party.
Yeah.
We were the ones saying, they've got to go to Ipswich, who were already playing their 18-year-old at right back and, 4 loanies because they weren't quite sure they wanted to extend them or not. And, we were the team that would go, they're on the beach.
We've been mocking Sheffield United. They're winning at Old Trafford 2-1.
2-1.
There we go. I want those memories. But there we go. We've had some decent scores come in. And we've heard tonight, the man that says we are in the wilderness says, don't worry, be positive. We're going to win it whole.
I had lots of questions then. Maybe I was in my own personal wilderness then. I had lots of questions. They've kind of been answered. I had a lot of questions then.
It's all right.
Even more so when we were 3-0 down at Preston the game after.
As long as I live, you'll never forget it. Don't worry.
And you will keep reminding him.
I want everyone to know which is the show. Anything I say on this show is held against me forevermore.
Next year,
of time.
Next year, when we're 2-1 up at Old Trafford, I will say it's a great wilderness, isn't it?
I hope you're right.
All right. Anyway, like, subscribe, FTA for the algorithm, and we'll see you on Saturday for a possible watch long. If not,
come on, town.
Upper town.
You make me smile when I think of you. If I get down low and I get blue, I can't get enough. You make me happy, I feel so fine. Oh, how I wish that you were mine. I can't get enough. I woke up all soaked in sweat, weird chills running down my neck. I felt went crazy from just the thought of you.